There are people who walk into a room and immediately feel smaller. They see someone more successful, more attractive, more confident, and they shrink. They feel inferior, less than, not good enough. This is a prison, and most people spend their entire lives trapped in it. Epictetus was born a slave, literally owned by another human being. He had a crippled leg, no money, no status, no power. By society's standards, he was at the bottom. Yet he became one of the greatest philosophers in history. He taught emperors. His wisdom shaped Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world. How? He understood something most people never learn. He said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." Today, you're going to learn 4 Stoic rules that will make it impossible for you to feel inferior to anyone. Not your boss, not someone richer, not someone more successful, no one. These aren't affirmations. These are philosophical truths that will restructure how you see yourself and others. Let's begin. Rule 1. You control your worth, not circumstances. This is the foundation of everything. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us and some are not up to us. Your worth is up to you. Everything else is not." Most people get this backwards. They think their worth comes from external things, their job title, their bank account, their appearance, their achievements, other people's opinions. So they spend their whole life chasing these things, thinking that once they get them, they'll finally feel valuable. But here's the problem. External things are unstable. You can lose your job, lose your money, lose your looks, lose your status. Then what? You feel worthless. That's not worth. That's dependency. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Your worth is in your mind, in your character, in how you show up regardless of circumstances. Epictetus was a slave. He could have said, "I'm worthless because I'm property," but he didn't. He said, "I am not my circumstances. I am how I respond to my circumstances." That's power. Think about it this way. If your worth comes from being the CEO, what happens when you retire? You're worthless. No, you're the same person. If your worth comes from being beautiful, what happens when you age? You're worthless. No, you're the same person. If your worth comes from other people's approval, what happens when they disapprove? You're worthless. No, you're the same person. Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Your worth is revealed in trials, not in perfect circumstances. When everything is easy, anyone can feel confident. But when life gets hard, your true character shows. And that character, that's what determines your worth. Not your title, not your possessions, your character. Here's the practice. Write down what you think makes you valuable right now. Be honest. Is it your job, your relationship, status, your achievements, your appearance? Now ask yourself, if I lost all of these tomorrow, would I still be valuable? If the answer is no, you're basing your worth on things you don't control, and you'll always feel inferior to people who have more of those things. But if you base your worth on your character, on your integrity, on how you treat people, on your effort, on your growth, then no one can make you feel inferior. Because those things, they're entirely in your control. Epictetus put it simply, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Your worth is freedom, but only if you control it yourself. This is the first rule. You control your worth, not circumstances. Base it on character, not externals. Rule 2. Comparison is optional, not mandatory. Here's a hard truth. The only reason you ever feel inferior is because you're comparing yourself to someone else. You don't feel inferior in a vacuum. You feel inferior when you measure yourself against another person and conclude you're less than them. But here's what the Stoics understood. Comparison is a choice. You're not forced to compare, you choose to. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself, to make it just and holy." He's saying, stop watching other people, focus on yourself. Epictetus taught this directly to his students. He said, "Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday." This completely changes the game. Most people are on a treadmill of comparison. They see someone doing better and feel bad. They see someone doing worse and feel superior. Their entire emotional state depends on where they rank. That's exhausting, and it's pointless, because there will always be someone better than you at something. Always. You can be the richest person in your city, but someone in another city is richer. You can be the most successful in your field, but someone else is more successful. If your peace depends on being the best, you'll never have peace. But if you stop comparing yourself to others and start comparing yourself to your past self, everything changes. Are you better than you were last year, last month, yesterday? That's the only comparison that matters. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." When you're constantly comparing, you're always craving more success, more money, more recognition, because someone else has it. But when you focus on your own growth, you have enough, because you're progressing, you're improving, you're becoming more. Let me give you a concrete example. You see someone on social media with a better body, more followers, a nicer car, your first instinct is to feel inferior. Stoic response? That's their journey. I'm on mine. Am I healthier than I was 6 months ago? Am I creating more value than I was last year? Am I growing? That's what matters. Suddenly, their success doesn't diminish you because you're not in competition with them. You're in competition with yesterday's version of yourself. Here's the practice. For the next week, every time you catch yourself comparing to someone else, stop. Ask yourself instead, am I better than I was yesterday in any way? Maybe you were more patient today. Maybe you worked harder. Maybe you learned something new. Maybe you were kinder. Find one way you improved. Focus on that. Over time, this rewires your brain. You stop looking sideways at others. You start looking forward at your own path. And when you're focused on your own growth, you can celebrate other people's success without feeling threatened by it. Because their success doesn't take away from yours. You're playing a different game. This is the second rule. Comparison is optional, not mandatory. Focus on your own growth, not others' achievements. Rule 3. What you admire in others, you can develop in yourself. Here's where most people get it wrong. They see someone with qualities they admire, and instead of being inspired, they feel inferior. They see someone confident and think, I could never be like that. They see someone successful and think, I don't have what they have. They see someone talented and think, I wasn't born with that gift. Epictetus would call this nonsense. He said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. If you admire confidence, you can develop confidence. If you admire success, you can work toward success. If you admire a skill, you can learn that skill. Nothing about them is unavailable to you. They're human. You're human. What they developed, you can develop. Marcus Aurelius wrote, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Stop admiring from a distance. Start becoming. The difference between you and the person you admire is not talent. It's not luck. It's choices. They made different choices. They develop different habits. They put in different work. You can make those choices too. Seneca wrote, it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. You feel inferior because you're not daring to become what you admire. You're standing still, looking at them, feeling small. But what if you started moving toward what you admire? You admire someone who's fit? Start working out. You won't be fit tomorrow, but you'll be on the path. You admire someone who's well-read? Start reading, one book at a time. You admire someone who's confident? Start taking small risks. Confidence builds through action. Here's the key insight. Every quality you admire is just a skill that was developed over time. Nobody is born confident. They developed confidence through repeated exposure to fear. Nobody is born disciplined. They developed discipline through repeated choices to do hard things. Nobody is born successful. They developed success through repeated failures and adjustments. What they did, you can do. The only question is, are you willing to put in the time and effort? Here's the practice. Think of someone you feel inferior to. Write down specifically what you admire about them. Now ask yourself, can I develop this quality? The answer is almost always yes. Then ask, what's one small action I can take today toward developing it? Not a massive transformation. One small action. If you admire their fitness, do 10 push-ups today. If you admire their knowledge, read for 15 minutes today. If you admire their confidence, do one thing that scares you today. Repeat tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. In 6 months, you'll be shocked at your progress. And that feeling of inferiority? Gone, because you're becoming what you once only admired. This is the third rule. What you admire in others, you can develop in yourself. Stop envying and start becoming. Rule 4. Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. This is the rule that creates compassion and destroys comparison. Marcus Aurelius wrote, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. But he continued, they are like this because they cannot tell good from evil. But I have seen the beauty of good and the ugliness of evil, and have recognized that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own. He's reminding himself, everyone is struggling, everyone is dealing with something, everyone has pain you cannot see. The person you feel inferior to, they have problems you know nothing about. Insecurities, fears, struggles, pain, their perfect social media life, that's a highlight reel. Their confidence might be masking deep insecurity. Their success might have cost them their health, their relationships, their peace. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight real. That's not fair to you. Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Everyone has things happen to them. The CEO has problems. The billionaire has problems. The celebrity has problems. Different problems than yours, but problems nonetheless. When you understand this deeply, you stop putting people on pedestals. You stop feeling inferior to them because you realize we're all human. We're all struggling. We're all doing the best we can with what we have. Seneca wrote, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. You imagine other people have it all figured out. You imagine they're better than you, but that's imagination, not reality. In reality, they're as uncertain as you are. are, as insecure, as afraid. The difference is, they might hide it better, or they've developed skills that make their life easier in some areas while harder in others. Here's the practice. Next time you feel inferior to someone, pause, say to yourself, they're human, they struggle too, they have pain I cannot see, they're doing their best, just like I am. This doesn't make you superior to them, it makes you equal. And when you see people as equal, regardless of their achievements or status, you can never feel inferior. You can respect them, admire them, learn from them, but not feel less than them, because you understand, we're all walking the same path, just at different points, with different challenges, doing our best. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world, wrote in his private journal, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." He knew that despite all his power, his happiness was internal, just like yours, just like everyone's. External differences don't create internal inferiority unless you allow them to. This is the fourth rule. Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. See people as equals, not superiors. Let's review these 4 Stoic rules to never feel inferior to anyone. 1. You control your worth, not circumstances. Base it on character, not externals. 2. Comparison is optional, not mandatory. Focus on your own growth. 3. What you admire in others, you can develop in yourself. Stop envying, start becoming. 4. Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. We're all equal humans struggling and growing. Epictetus, who started as a slave, said something powerful. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. Feeling inferior is a prison. These 4 rules are your key to freedom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Stop giving consent. Starting today, you are enough, not because of what you have, because of who you are." Thank you for watching. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Now go walk through life as an equal to everyone you meet.